Hello and welcome back. And by saying that, I truly mean welcome back. This is the second half to our Weekend at Bernie's episode.
So yeah, this movie is a Joe's pick, right? But yeah, well, first I want to this is a big lag time in between this movie. I watched this movie 3 weeks ago. I had to rewatch it again a couple days ago because I did not remember a thing. My notes were pretty good. I read my notes and I'm like, oh yeah, that's what happened in the movie. But first off, this movie we couldn't find it on any streaming services.
Really?
I think Joe had to rent it for what, $14.99?
I had to rent it for $14.99. Yeah.
Yeah. $14.99.
Do not tell me. I'm about to piss you guys off now.
You got it for free on something.
On the plane.
I downloaded it off of YouTube on the plane.
Really?
Yes.
I tried to get it on YouTube. Every time I went to it, it said I had to do some other sign up crap. I don't know what it was.
Again, I am a subscriber and I pay for YouTube. So it allows you, it gives you the option of downloading videos and watching them offline. I do not work for YouTube. I'm not trying to promote them. Those bastards charge way too much for their services, but I do watch a lot of YouTube, so it is worth my time and my wallet. But that being said, I did download a very blurry, shitty copy of Weekend at Bernie's that somebody obviously uploaded from a VHS tape or some shit like that.
I think I know maybe where they got it from, Jim, because the more I thought about it, I'm not going to pay $14.99. I think I own this movie on DVD. What? So I was digging through boxes of DVD. And I finally found it, for the viewers at home.
It's blurred, Scott.
It's not now, but
that's awesome.
I found it, and I remember how I got it. I got it from Papa John's. The way where you should get all your DVDs. Papa John's about 20 years ago had an offer. You could get, if you got a large pizza, you could get a choice of a few different movies, and I chose Weekend at Bernie's. And I never watched it, but I had it. And now I own it, and now I've watched it twice in 3 weeks. And yeah, I think this movie is probably a Papa John's movie. I think Papa John's may have pirated this movie himself. The quality was quite bad. I think I saw somebody get up in the middle to go use the bathroom halfway through the movie. So I'm pretty sure Papa John just went in the movie theater and recorded it himself.
I gotta say, as a Papa John's promotion, pickings must have been quite slim.
I don't remember what the other movies were, but I chose Weekend at Bernie's, so it kind of tells you what the other movies were.
Yikes, man! That being said, though, well, getting into this movie,
when I just took out took out my DVD, I got a free cheese pizza from Papa John's. Oh, sorry, free cheese sticks. It expired in 2004.
Wow!
Listen,
19 years ago.
Yeah,
there's no reason why we can't dip into the multiverse, go back in time, and get those goddamn cheese sticks. I'm ready for that. Seriously, thank you, Papa John's.
Thank you, Papa. Sorry about all the racist stuff you said.
Now, going into Weekend at Bernie's, I'm going to start off by saying, Joey P, you were so on point with your recollection of this movie. You were pretty much almost 100%, man. You must have loved the shit out of this movie because you were pretty much on point, man. You remembered a lot of the details, a lot of the plot, the play-by-play. Kudos to you, man.
Thanks. So what part did I did not?
You didn't think both guys worked at the firm. You thought the Andrew McCarthy. You didn't think he worked there. You thought the other guy was the only one that worked there.
Right.
And then other than that, I think you're right. You're right about the hitman. You keep thinking that he killed Bernie and had to get all upset and have to go back and try to kill him again.
Mm-hmm. Do we need to even talk about the movie? I mean, the recap was already.
You nailed it.
I think we can go through. Joe, why don't you start us out in this movie? Yeah, we need to get going on this.
So
we've been wasting time.
You said it's been 3 weeks, and I know I only saw it once 3 weeks ago. I forget the beginning. I think it started out in New York City, right? In the hot summer day where they has to go into work on the weekend.
Yep.
The character, Larry and Richard. Okay. Larry was the Andrew McCarthy.
Yep.
And Richard was Jonathan Silverman.
Yep.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So the two has to go into work because they were asked to go to work for overtime or just extra hours on the weekend. And the whole time they were just complaining how bad
They should be at the beach. It's so hot out. They should be at the beach. We shouldn't be at work on a Sunday.
And the office has the AC turned off on the weekend. So they decided to go to the beach, but then they went up to the roof deck.
That's what they called the beach. Now, but before this, Joe, I think maybe the funniest scene in the movie happened before all of this. Like 1 minute in, they were walking to go to work through, like, it looks like Central Park. Some guy tries to rob them.
Yes.
And Andrew McCarthy just pushes the gun out of his way. He's like, it's too hot to be robbed.
Yeah.
And they just walk away from the robber. That I found that scene quite funny.
That's a classic New York flavor, isn't it? Like you getting robbed in Central Park in the 80s.
As a New Yorker, I can attest to this. One of the things that I enjoyed about this movie is, and I'll give it to both of the lead actors, that they did a very good job of not only capturing the 80s New York, but they spoke like New Yorkers.
Yeah.
They had that New York accent. Now, in the first half of this episode, I had made a comment about Andrew McCarthy and how I wasn't that big of a fan of him. And I knew him through movies such as Pretty in Pink, Less Than
He played
Zero.
the douchebag boyfriend.
Yeah, exactly. He played like a rich preppy guy, or but whatever the case may be for whatever movie he was in. I liked him in this movie.
He was the best part of the movie.
He was the best part of the movie.
Well, actually, no, take it back. Bernie, Terry Kaiser's portrayal of Bernie, I think, was the best part. But
he should have won an Oscar for that.
It was pretty amazing. But Andrew McCarthy was excellent in it.
Yeah, he was good. I never saw that side of him. I never saw the humorous. This was a nice switch. Seeing him in, I was like, holy shit. He showed some variance, some acting chops by switching up the type of character from what he usually plays. And I found it very enjoyable, actually.
Right. So Andrew McCarthy he was born in Westfield, New Jersey.
Oh, is this Joe's interesting fact?
No, I mean, since June was pointing out that, he's
a local boy.
He's a local. He has that flavor, that, New York style.
Joe, here's a Scott's interesting fact. Joe, June, did you know Andy Summers did all the music for this? Andy Summers of The Police did all the music for this movie.
This was on my list. When watching the beginning credits, and it said music score or whatever composed by Andy Summers. I was like, what the F? I had no idea. I knew he had a history. He had done some movie soundtracks. Though I gotta say, I wasn't that impressed.
It wasn't good. I mean, it just, he did it.
Andy Summers, listen, you are one of my favorite guitarists of all time. I am a huge fan of The Police. I'm even a huge admirer of a lot of his solo work.
Oh yeah, no, he's a very good guitarist.
But this was not one of your.
This was a very 80s sounding, synthy, really weak guitar kind of sounding soundtrack. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
I still love you, Andy. Though,
was that the introduction of the song at the beginning of the movie, or
just what the music is as it's coming into? I don't think it was like a song, like
just the music, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So back to the movie.
Oh, did you notice also, Joe, the size of the TV, the portable TV Andrew McCarthy was carrying? It's like the size of a microwave.
Yes.
You know that? Okay, interesting fact.
Joe's interesting fact.
Back in 87, one of our neighbor has a portable TV. And that was the time that TV still looked like a big radio with a screen in front of it. And I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Like this guy walk around with a portable TV,
That was some high-tech shit back then, wasn't it?
Absolutely. It was one of the most, even though you can probably see very blurry.
Oh yeah, it's got to be rabbit ears too. So you're getting they were all black and white at that time too. I think there were portable TVs like that were black and white, and you could barely get a picture. It was but it was exciting.
My dad had one, and he was very proud of it. Yeah, my dad had one. Yeah. And he would take it. We'd go up to the park, and he would take that shit, and we couldn't watch shit on it. It was all static. But he was very proud of it nonetheless.
And you could plug it into your car. You could plug it into a cigarette lighter too if you wanted. It was great.
We didn't own a car, so it was like whatever available lamppost that we could hack into.
So this is considered the 80 luxury, right?
No, but that's high tech in the 80s.
And a car phone is also the 80 luxury to have a car phone.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean those big concrete blocks that they would call?
Those were very late 80s. That was like 89, 90 more than.
His car phone is in the 90s?
Hey, it was like into the early 90s, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember as a young kid, and I'd see these businessmen downtown with these huge blocks covering half of their face, and they thought they were looking really cool. And businessmen
normally wear a suitcase. carry suitcase back then, like the briefcase.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. That's a very 80s thing to carry a briefcase.
Again, this movie did a very good job of portraying New York at that time. I was surprised at how accurate it was. Actually.
Here's another question. One question about the movie. Name a brand that very popular back in the 80s, jacket brand.
Jordache?
No.
Members only.
Members only.
Yeah. I think that's what Bernie's wearing, right? Members only jacket.
Oh, is he really?
My God. It had to be. And if it wasn't, it should have been. Because that's exactly what they look like.
That's the member jacket. I would say that was, we had to go back and watch the movie, but pay attention to
Nah, we don't. It's okay.
I'm talking about the audience.
So they're on the roof.
Not you, Scott, the audience. Do you want